wanted to do this one yesterday, but I ended up releasing the 4 o'clock video, 4 o'clock my time. I don't know what time it is whenever you're watching it, but whenever you were, the second video of the day ended up releasing. It's appropriate, learn some taxes, you freaks. But I wanted to talk about this because this was all popping off, but hey, man, better late than never, right? So, Mr. Beast, I got nothing bad to say about him, okay? Most people have nothing bad to say about him. He just seems like a rather affable, pudgy fellow who just does really good things, really philanthropic activities. Films them on YouTube, takes the money that he earns from those videos and then just spends it back, and it's a self-evolving cycle where eventually he goes from buying everybody grocery carts full of stuff to curing blindness in 1,000 people. Man, back in the cut, if this was about what? I was going to say 500 years, no, 50 years ago, that would be the first of the 3 miracles you need in order to acquire sainthood. But for some reason, people... I don't know how you take anger with this. And I got this Babylon Bee article, and obviously it's satire. I'm not that stupid. I'm not going to get duped by the Bee. There's many more prominent people who have, but I know the fact that it's satirical. But this kind of seems like the general sentiment of what's going on out there. It's kind of wild. YouTuber Mr. Beast spends millions curing blind people when he could have sent another tank to Ukraine. I think the procedure is, I forget what he said, $10,000 or something like that. And if you've ever watched a Mr. Beast video, if you're on YouTube, chances are you've seen a clip of it. And I've seen this video when it first came out. I think it came out on Sunday. It has, I don't even know how many million views at this point in time, and especially with the controversy surrounding it that Mr. Beast expertly points out. Okay, rich people should help others with the money. Twitter, me. Okay, I'll use the money to help people, and I promise I will give away all my money before I die. Every single penny. Twitter, Mr. Beast bad. Exactly. That's 1,000% what's going on here, because every time he does a philanthropic effort, I don't know if people are just mad because they're not a beneficiary of the act, or what exactly is going on. To me, it just seems like commies are going to complain, kind of like this Layla B chick. Nobody is mad. People just discussing the ethical ramifications of philanthropy. I don't know, I can't say philanthropy. My mistake. Thinking people are mad is inaccurate. No, Ho's mad right now. Ho's super mad. But just imagine being tasked with that sort of laborious thought process day in, day out. I've seen that video that he did. I've seen the only Mr. Beast video, because I think I've seen one of them. I've definitely seen clips of other ones, but I've seen one start to finish. It involved some people that worked for him, and they would get, I think it was around Christmas, regardless, $50,000 or something like that. The last person to be inside the circle, they were inside 2 rooms, and there was a little tape on the ground, and it lasted multiple days. Somebody's mom needed something, I don't know, whatever the specifics are. They're very engaging, well-edited, well-produced videos, and I can see why they're catching. I can see why he is definitely he might have overtaken PewDiePie at this point in time as the largest single entity YouTube channel. Now, T-Series is whatever, just blown into the atmosphere. But when it comes to the one production, one individual YouTube channels, I'm pretty sure Mr. Beast, he's definitely over 100 million subscribers. Don't know specifically what the count is. He's definitely the most relevant because Pew's kind of fell off for whatever reason. I don't know, man. He's just out there living life, doing videos every once in a while, and good work on him. Kind of like Mr. Beast. He's living his best life right now, doing exceptionally good things, non-political. He just figured out the algorithm, put out high quality content, question mark, and then profit. And good on him. He's doing good stuff. This isn't like a terrible individual. There's a bunch of other people that have replicated his success and continue to do great things. Steve Will Do It is another big account, even though he got yeeted off of YouTube because reasons, something about state gambling or something like that. Did he get a sponsorship? But no. He was a part of a podcast that interviewed President Donald Trump, and he gave him a presidential Rolex at the end of that. So had to get rid of him off of YouTube, but he's blown up over on Rumble, and it's amazing. And he's doing the exact same type of thing by hooking up deserving people. I think his first video over on Rumble, talking about Steve here, he went down after the hurricane ran through Florida and helped and gave out a bunch of money to a bunch of people that were down there and helped rebuild a lot of the destroyed area. And Mr. Beast does the exact same thing. Just the most recent video that he does, restored sight to the blind, as well as you could watch the video for yourself. I think it's only like 16 minutes or something like that, but he cures 1,000 people's blindness, and then he gives them $10,000. I seen one person got 10,000, somebody else got a car or something like that. Like, he's half the size of Oprah, but he gets none of the accolades and all of the heat. It makes absolutely no sense. So, is there any validity to this? People are mad at him. Well, I would say so, okay? I've seen a bunch of different videos that are out there, and this one caught my eye for two very obvious reasons, but this one right here, I had to think, it's like, is this a parody or something like that? Then I went through her account, and it's definitely not a parody, okay? People are angry with Mr. Beast for paying, and we don't need to listen to it for, you know, again, I prefer show don't tell. And we can just read captions. People are angry at Mr. Beast for paying to cure blindness, but they should actually be angry over the idea that curing people with disabilities need curing. A lifetime of, like my mother could have cured herself a lifetime of disappointment if she aborted me. These are the type of detractors that are out there. These are the people that actively hate watch people on the internet. I didn't think these people actually existed, okay? I just thought that they were confined to a very small percentage of people that more or less just have massive Twitch following. So to the main event in this one. And I watched through it the first time, and if this was just random individual 38594, I wouldn't think two things about it, okay? The statement, out of context, I can totally understand, okay? And this is Hasan Abi. Oh, it's Hasan, okay? It's fucking Hasan Piker. He's a disgusting individual in the way that Carl characterizes him, Sargon of Akkad. Hasan is so close to realizing that he could be using his millions to help the disadvantaged too. Yeah, he's real close. He's real close, but he's never going to get there because he thinks that that's not his responsibility. That's the government's responsibility. It's always somebody else's responsibility. So instead of me characterizing or maybe mischaracterizing some of his points, we'll just listen to Hasan.
You watch this video, you go, oh, how cute and how nice. I watched the video and I'm filled with rage.
Wait, why? He doesn't like black people being able to see again? Oh, that sucks.
What's wrong with you?
That we shut off access to a 10-minute procedure because we paywalled it and decided that like some people just simply can't get it.
Does he have his chat on subscriber mode only? I'm just wondering.
It is so insanely frustrating that it's up to like one YouTube guy to like decide to make content out of it that people who are too poor can't just fucking see. That's insane.
Language.
Anyway, sorry. It's just like a deeply, deeply frustrating concept.
Oh my God, just the sparkling mind of Hasan Abi. Oh my. He is not somebody who broadcasted just the lady who's in his room, okay, who's reacting to this video. He's somebody who concurrently always has 40,000 people watching him. And that's, as you can see, just the brainlets that are in the chat there. Rage is the correct take. Healthcare. It's fucked. Our healthcare system is so fucked. Mr. Beast had to do it. He's making it political. Are you... I hope that person's joking. RC probably. I pray you're joking, because there's nothing political about this. He went to a poor district in, I think, Mississippi or Louisiana. Not entirely sure. Can't quite remember. Like I said, I watched the part of the video and just thought, hey man, he's doing a really good job, and didn't pay two minds about it until I seen it trending. And then I seen Hasan's just absolutely brain dead take, because there's nothing incredibly wrong with what he's talking about. It's a process that anybody who is afflicted with this disability can be cured of in about 10 minutes. In about 10 minutes, this can be resolved and they can have perfect sight again. There's just a little bit of a cloud, and if you watch the initial video, okay, the Mr. Beast video itself, he explains all of this. There's some cloud that shows up behind the cornea, behind the lens. Little procedure, you go in there with a little vacuum. It sucks out any of the foreign bodies, then it replaces it with a replacement lens. Pretty simple procedure, costs a little bit of money, and then people end up seeing it, okay? It's almost like that's how capitalism works. And that's the problem, because I would think, here, imagine this. I would be on side with Hasan if that was his entire point. It's wild that such a simple procedure is just held back. You have water. that is technically free if you can find a water fountain, if you're brave enough to use it in public. But he comes at this issue as a total devout commie. Okay, and when I watched this the first time, I thought, no, that's actually a pretty decent take. And then I started to think about it more, and it's Hasan sees everything through the lens of politics. And from either a little bit later or a little bit, I believe that would have been later in the stream. And could you imagine being such a bot that you're watching Jimmy Kimmel clips online and that you just need the commentary, the sterling commentary of Hasan? Because, okay, he was fairly coherent, okay? He was able to hold somewhat of a conversation for a couple of seconds in the previous clip. But now you can see Hasan in his full glory wearing, I don't know what he's doing. But then my eye also caught the fact that he put X's over the Queen's eyes with Barack Obama. That, other than the fact that is incredibly in distaste, but that was the same guy who, after he got the word that the Queen died, just decided to let out this absolutely distasteful spurgfest. It always struck me as a little bit odd. It's somebody who is just so anti-government. Oh, there needs to be just global communism, socialism for everybody. The fact that he also has a cardboard cutout of Barack Obama as well in your room kind of speaks to the hypocrite that Hasan is. But this guy posts it as this, big win out there of a clip. I think it's funny how Hasan Piker gave an actual good take on the Mr. Beast drama. I listened to this stuff outside, when you speed it up and when you can actually listen to everything that he's saying and string it together to make it make sense, because it takes a while for the gears to turn in his head. I don't know if he's reading that absolutely brain dead chat that he has, or if he actually is that stupid. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's a little out of column A, a little out of column B, but of course it's up to you to decide.
Ultimately, I get why it creates this weird, icky feeling when you watch that shit.
Language.
I get why it creates an icky feeling when you watch Mr. Beast videos, but getting mad at him is insane. I don't know. He's just not. He's just making literally the most bottom of the barrel.
I can hear the smoke.
Basic content, and almost all of it.
Mr. Beast is
almost
making
all of it revolves around
content.
raising funds for whatever charity the content is about, and I don't know what it is.
So?
I don't know. I don't get it. I'm not saying he's a real socialist or anything like that.
Why did you have to see? He makes it political right there. And how many words has he said? How many different words has he said? It's icky. God, he's just so brain dead. If it wasn't for the fact that nepotism is the most powerful force in all of business, this guy would be the one taking your order at the drive-thru. Oh my God.
But if you watch any of his videos and you get upset at him instead of upset at the system that has created such a gigantic fucking need for this kind of philanthropy to exist. I don't know what
this video feels, and merch, it feels like it's about 9,000 years. I think I'm getting physically older watching this.
to tell you. It's literally, it's healthcare that's not free, that is fucked up. Bro. Okay, it's not him making it's not him making
hurry up
videos off of it while
What's
also
wrong with
funding
you?
it too with those videos.
Jesus fucking Christ, that's what you get when you're just too dumb to function. I don't know, man. I've never batted around the idea that communism, socialism was a good idea. Maybe you have to be sub 90 IQ in order to really take on and adopt that position. Maybe you have to be just so disassociated with reality to realize that you're meandering about a $5 million property in Southern California. Maybe you have to be such a brain-dead idiot to wonder why, I have, at that point in time, 34,722 people in my chat. Meanwhile, what is it? In order to get into the top 10%, I think it's top 10% on Twitch, all you need to have is 50 concurrent viewers. Basically, you have achieved the top of Twitch. There's nobody consistently more popular than you. Sure, some other people might end up popping off every once in a while if there's some high-profile topic regarding them. XQC might end up doing something. I would say Aiden Ross, but he got yeeted off off of the platform. And Hasan had the stupid take, oh, dang, if like Aiden continues down the road of nofap and like personal development, he'll like be the next Sneeko if he like stops watching porn and like going far right. He somehow made masturbation a political talking point. This guy is an absolute brain dead idiot. And he has a chat of just emoji brain dead morons who probably think in Twitch icons as opposed to having independent thought for themselves. Because if there's ever an independent thought that's out there, I highly recommend going and watching any of the EFAP coverage when it comes to Hasan and the fact that he's just a content thief, if we're just going to come right down to it. They perfectly described, or rather illustrated, hey, look at that, show don't tell, how when Hasan, and he tends to go back and forth with his chat on semi-regular basis, apparently. And whenever there's a dissenting thought that somebody pushed back, well, he just needs to go ahead and cull the herd, because any dissension will show a sign of weakness. And if it's not snuffed out completely, what is that? Robert Greene, 48 Laws of Power. I forget which law that is, but you need to crush your enemies completely. And that's what Hasan does to any competing idea. If he ever has an errant thought come through his mind, oh no, that's our thought, comrade. This guy's a brain-dead asshole who continues to get thousands of people watching, thinking that he is the one who disseminates good takes. But he's just YouTube's fucking jukebox where you can turn on Twitch, and for 8, 9, 10 hours a day, this actual brainlet will respond to a video at a pace of 2 words per hour while he funds the Great Revolution. Holy fuck. When you ever thought that you would see a worse take that's out there? If you ever see somebody opine on a topic and you think that, wow, that's just such a terrifyingly awful take, well, don't worry. Hasan has got you covered. He will have something even worse than that. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.